Welcome, everyone. I'm Timothy Milamasylum Jr., and you're watching Milamasylum. Thanks for tuning in, checking out this review. Hopefully, I'll earn that subscription, and maybe you'll like it, and maybe you'll share it. That would be super cool. I'd be most grateful. Anyways, Lullaby. Now, I am and was very unaware and not even educated about a certain female in this film, and her name is Lilith. Lilith from the Bible, apparently, is a female figure in Mesopotamian and Judaic mythology. Alternatively, the first wife of Adam, and supposedly the primordial she-demon. According to, let's see here, little brief history, because I was unaware of any of this stuff, having watched this film, Lullaby. Seductress, heroine, or murderer? Question mark. Okay, this is from a Bible thing, I guess. Let's see here. So, according to this, Judith is a winged spirit. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so according to medieval Jewish tradition, Lilith was Adam's first wife before Eve. When Adam insisted she play a subservient role, Lilith grew wings and flew away from Eden. So she, seductive, murderous demoness known for Babylonian mythology. In recent years, Lilith has undergone another transformation as modern feminists retell her story. I was just thinking that. For 4,000 years, Lilith has wandered the earth, figuring in the mythic imaginations of writers, artists, and poets. Her dark origins lie in Babylonian demonology, where amulets and incantations were used to counter the sinister powers of this winged spirit who preyed on pregnant women and infants. Lilith next migrated to the world of the ancient Hittites, Egyptians, Israelites, and Greeks. She makes a solitary appearance in the Bible as a wilderness demon shunned by the prophet Isaiah. In the Middle Ages, she appears in Jewish sources as the dreadful first wife of Adam. In the Renaissance, Michelangelo portrayed Lilith as a half-woman, half-serpent coiled around the tree of knowledge. Later, her beauty would captivate the English poet Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Her enchanted hair, he wrote, was the first gold. Irish novelist James Joyce cast her as the patron of abortions. Modern feminists celebrate her bold struggle for independence from Adam. Her name appears as the title of a Jewish woman's magazine and a national literacy program, an annual music festival that donates its profits to battered women's shelters and breast cancer research institutes is called the Lilith Fair. In most manifestations of her myth, Lilith represents chaos, seduction, and ungodliness. Yet, in her every guise, Lilith has cast a spell on humankind. The ancient name Lilith derives from a Sumerian word for female demons or wind spirits. The Lalitu and the related Ardat Lily, the Lalitu dwells in desert lands and open country spaces and is especially dangerous to pregnant women and infants. Her breasts are filled with poison, not milk. The Ardat lily is a sexually frustrated and infertile female who behaves aggressively towards young men. I can see why feminists use it as their role model. This article goes on and on and on. If you guys are curious, just type in Lilith from the Bible or Lilith, the mythical goddess or whatever, and you can read all of this stuff. I just wanted to give you kind of a brief overview of what and who she is. Now, in Lullaby, this is kind of an Orthodox Jewish film or world that this takes place in. Una Chaplin, who I believe is the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin, is Jewish, and her husband is also, and he can speak some of the old language, but they stumble upon this creepy book, and what happens is Una sings this lullaby which calls forth Lilith. But Lilith has crones, or a crone who's like a hag. A withered hag is creepy, nasty old lady who's kind of like a seer or a watcher, if you will. And then also following that is Lilith's deformed offspring, these like creepy, nasty looking, kind of like mutated infants, I guess, but kind of, I would call them like more like goblins, or and changelings, or like golem, but not really a golem because golem's a completely different thing. But anyways, this film is built around all of this stuff, and without giving too much of that away, they have to figure out a way to save their family. Well, yeah, pretty much it. But anyways, is the film worth checking out? Absolutely. It's a very interesting film, and I just kind of wanted to educate you a little bit of what you were watching in case you didn't know the story or origin of Lilith, because I had no clue who she was, or even known half of the stuff I just read until after I watched this film. Now, if I had watched this film not knowing, so without knowing any of that stuff, and I just watched this film, there were some things I was confused about, because they didn't clarify enough for the layman to understand. You kind of just thought you were watching this crazy film about this woman, Lilith, who was doing certain things, and then you're not really getting any answers as to why things were happening. There's a lot of cool things in this film, however, that I absolutely loved and I thought were great. And having not known anything about the story of Lilith, I would have given this film around a 9.6. Without any, like I said, without not knowing anything. And then now, having known this lore and the mythology behind Lilith and all of these other things, and then how this Jewish community reacts to its members and certain things of the hierarchy, and how the subcultures of the Jewish communities work, and different things like that. The film itself, I think, is a lot better now, and I will score it with a 10 out of 10. Although, like I said, there are certain things in it that still are kind of like, why? But those are overlooked for the most sense. They were just kind of a bad direction from either the director or just a bad script, I guess. But anyways, other than that, that's your review. I'm Timothy Almeida Jr., and until next time,